We left Volga behind.
Disable
The
this.
endless expanses of Russia stretch before us now. The bridge dwellers had finally decided to believe that we were not demons and let us pass. Anna was right. We invaded their world, and it's not up to us to destroy it, no matter how stupid it may seem. Electricity is a sin. Is that really worse than the lies we were told in the metro? About how the whole world was dead and there was nowhere to go? Everybody in the tunnels bought that convenient lie. Once we reach Yamantau, we will at least know if that lie was justified. Since so far, we haven't met any signs of enemy occupation.
Doo-doo.
Artyom. Artyom. Wake up, dear.
Is he up yet? Artyom, the colonel wants you on the bridge. See you later.
Come on, wake up.
I don't want to wake up. Let me see. What I disable the damn highlights. Have to disable in options too somewhere or So for the disable in
You did a great job there. We're not home anymore, so we'd all better act like you did. Smoothly.
okay, you wait. Let me see. Except for I disable that stuff. Highlights. Yeah, disable it. But it's still active in the game for some reason. Do it like that then, if I disable it totally then.
It's not like there's many of us humans left now. So I hope someday we will be able to trust others just because. Because they are people too. Am I bothering you? Sorry, I'm in a philosophical mood today. Stay here for a bit, Artyom.
Oh.
This is great. I wish I could stay like this forever. Artyom, when you climbed those ruins back in Moscow, with your radio, did you imagine our life on the surface at all? A home for one, a place where we could live, a log cabin on the outskirts of a forest. Or how about a bungalow on an ocean shore? Well, you know, there's something great in simply going anywhere like this, together, through the abandoned stations, the ruins, the wasteland. Especially in our own private compartment. Thinking back, isn't this our honeymoon trip? It certainly feels like one, even though it's a bit late. We've only had some honeymoon sorties at best so far. You know, I had a talk with Katya. I'm sitting here recalling that bridge and those people there, and we've been sitting underground for 20 years, and they haven't. So what? These are not the same people who used to build cities, planes, and space rockets. They're just like us in Metro, only even more dejected. They are essentially slaves. For real. They work all day and pray all night, always watched, always directed. Everything is under control. Everything is decided by the community. Well, I mean, Silantius. They don't even have any property. Even their socks belong to the community. They're just entranced with him, with these ridiculous lies about electricity. Of course, not everyone got fooled easily, but if they dare ask questions, they get penance, exorcising an electric demon with prayer and the cross. But that's a death sentence. How is a flashlight dangerous? Or a radio? But no, they shun it all. They hide and keep praying. How can you even make people believe this ridiculous garbage within just a few years? People in general start believing lies surprisingly easily, don't they? As long as those lies are convenient or at least familiar. Take us, in Metro. All right, we haven't met the occupying forces yet. If we disregard that shirt I found on an antenna... Katya and Crest, never met them either. But maybe they are still out there somewhere. And if they are, then they didn't even tell us about them back home. They didn't tell us that the war was still on. They just made us believe that there's no life anywhere outside of Metro. They've been lying to us. Lying non-stop. All this time. Were their intentions good? Perhaps. But the Metro is a castle built on lies. Damn, am I angry. And so far, no matter how far we get, we haven't met a single enemy. Isn't that strange? But Father won't have a word of it. Stay vigilant, be careful, the enemy never sleeps. You know, I love my father. A whole lot, no matter what. But what if everything he's been told is just another layer of lies? I hope we'll find out how deep this rabbit hole is once we get to Yamantau. Well, what do you know? I do feel better now after telling you. Thanks for hearing me out, Artyom. Let's just sit here a little. All right, run along. Dad wanted something.
About the Volga then. After all those years in the underground, the air of the surface seemed incredibly fresh and intoxicating. But that was not the cause of the crew's euphoria. Our journey finally had a definite purpose provided by the transmission from the government bunker in the Urals. We spent 20 years thinking that neither the government nor the military high command had survived. As it turned out, they were still around. Where were they while we were eating each other alive in the metro? We had a lot of questions to ask them once we reached Yamantau. If we ever would. The ruins of our country were under enemy control according to Miller. We would have to fight through to our goal. Small team against the occupation armies? What chance did we have to succeed? To get some answers. Yet setting out on our recon mission, Anna and I did not ponder these questions. We just kept filling our lungs with that sweet fresh air, splashing about the spring puddles like children out for the first walk after a long sickness. When I docked the old and battered but still surprisingly watertight boat at the goal, it became apparent why our arrival terrified the locals. These fanatics are, for some reason, convinced that it was electricity that brought about mankind's demise. So they avoid any and all technology like the plague. On the other hand, they have a grain of reason in their belief. The technical progress did in fact enable our self-destruction. They didn't get me with their trap thanks to a little girl and her mother who had been held by the fanatics in that murky and damp ruin for about a year. If the locals would do such things, was there any real hope that they would be inclined to let us cross the bridge? I'm not sure. I did manage to help Katya and Nastya to escape the church, but the reinforcement that had arrived to spring the trap on the dangerous heretic that I was saw me. I had no choice, but still I have no reason to be proud of my actions. I had hoped that there, on the surface, we would be able to live different lives. Back in the metro, people were constantly at each other's throats, the lack of living space and even air, but why they have to die here? Such a waste. There's one consolation though. Now we have a reliable source of information on the fanatics, and we might be able to use the new information to cross the bridge while avoiding even heavier sacrifice. Katya and Nastya didn't just tell us about the fanatics, but also about the crest. A traveling mechanic hated by the fanatics because of his trade. It's their loss, really. They can go back to using flint tools for all the week here, while we are lucky to have such a versatile handyman in our crew now. Well, I was out looking for Crest, and I managed to get into an adventure of her own. She fell down some cellar and hit her head, knocking herself out and breathing in some poisonous fumes and chemicals abandoned there. Who knows, so many years ago. She seemed to have suffered no serious injury, though I was still mad at her father. His paranoia went way too far, making us all see enemy banners in every old rag. We found no occupying forces in this backwater. Even the chemicals in the cellar seemed to be wholly domestic. Luckily, they were long past their expiry date, or so it seemed. Getting the red car left by Crest in the abandoned loading terminal was not easy. The half-flooded building was where the enormous catfish, one of the pillars of the local crazy parody of religion, made its lair. We must give the fanatics their due, though. It did turn the building into a veritable shrine, even though it housed not just the catfish, but also hordes of human-like mutants, which were, of course, overjoyed to see me. The fish didn't make the task any easier either, so it had to be put down. I wonder how Silentius would go about explaining the fact that their precious starfish was killed by a mere heretic, should he ever find out about the fact. That starfish was but a common fish, not a god or a demon. It's the people that gave us much more trouble, since the people always put up a fiercer fight than any gods. In contrast to gods, they have something to lose after all. At the end of the day, I had successfully exchanged some ammo for a rail car in great condition, more than capable of tugging the passenger carriage that had brought Katya to this accursed place one day back to the Aurora. I had to take some trash out first, though. Wading through mud amongst the rusty railroad carriages and dead husks of abandoned buildings, I had for some reason expected to have left the bandits, along with Moscow's poisonous air, far, far back. Now I do, of course, understand that it was rather silly of me. There's no change in the human nature, and anarchy could only make the worst qualities of it present themselves. Beautiful is always unique, but the ugly is surprisingly uniform. These bandits were they hardened criminals or just people left desperate and robbed of most of the humanity by the war that had blown over them? Differed from their metro counterparts by clothes and names at most. Their actions, robbing, murdering, capturing innocent people to sell into slavery, were exactly the same. My opinion of the fanatics notwithstanding, only a complete and utter bastard could have left them in the hands of the bandits, naturally. The bandits would keep terrorizing the locals afterwards. They might even be torturing some new victims at this very moment, but at least I saved somebody, simply because I could not have done otherwise. It was pointless to even try to talk the fanatics into letting us cross the bridge. Our only option was to take the matter into our own hands and lower the movable section of the bridge regardless of their opinion on that. Problem was, we couldn't really get onto that bridge from the shore. We had to use the last remaining path of entry, the river, where the fanatics could not expect us from. That path could only be rendered accessible with the help of a tugboat we would rent from the river traders. For us, the bridge was little more than an obstacle to cross, but for the fanatics it was a lot more. It was their safe haven from the terrible demons of electricity, their home, their temple, and their fortress. No wonder they weren't exactly keen on letting just anyone through, that said. Yes, let anyone through. That said, they proved powerless to enforce that conviction. Duke and I were able to slice right to the heart of the cult, which had definitely impressed the Silentius. His savages had no chance of besting Sparta in open combat, and he had the brain capacity to understand that. We left Volga behind. There we met people who had spent all these years living in the open, never heard about the war still going on, or the conditions we had to tolerate living in the metro. When I received the signals from the survivors outside of Moscow for the first time, I thought the people of the surface would be different from us, be free from fear and hopelessness. In the metro we knew we were not living, but merely passing time before death. So for some reason I expected the people who knew they had a proper tomorrow to be somehow wiser, more free and noble than us. I was wrong. They were just as miserable and lost as we were. Perhaps the problem was not the metro, but us all along. If here on the surface we continue doing the same things we did underground, we might never get a chance to build a future. The vast world stretches before us, and I am sure we will find what we are looking for. The occupying forces don't get us on the way. Spring! We left Volga behind. The endless expanses of Russia stretch before us now. The bridge dwellers had finally decided to believe that we were not demons and let us pass. And I was right. We invaded their world, and it's not up to us to destroy it, no matter how stupid it may seem. Electricity is a sin. Is that really worse than the lies we were told in the metro about how the whole world was dead and there was nowhere to go? Everybody in the tunnels bought that convenient lie. Once we reach Yamantau, we will, at least, know if that lie was justified. And so far, we haven't met any signs of enemy occupation. Phoenix.
Come in. Do you read me, Canal? More hold here. I'm in Gemende. Over. Canal, come in. Canal, over. That's just great. Well, I'll try later.
How long have we been on the road for? I've been listening to the radio too. And there was not a single transmission about any occupying force. There's so much regular chatter. So many stories.
Come in. More hold here.
Dad says all those are coded transmissions, that they all have hidden meaning, but
Reading you loud and clear.
why would they be so secretive? Why aren't they using this railroad? Why don't they at least control its key junctions? Why did they not install any roadblocks?
Yeah, that happens.
If they're even out here.
How are you doing?
This is the main transport artery, after all.
Fine, actually.
Maybe they are not here at all. Maybe they never came here, or they are already gone.
Feeling adventurous?
Though, where to?
Yeah, just a bit.
Remember? Neither Katya nor Christ have ever met them.
Don't misses you.
Though we seem to be doing just fine even without them. It's like Middle Ages. That Silantius is treating people like slaves, getting them killed. I can't believe they had it worse without his lies, nonsense, and human sacrifices. And us? We had been living down there for so many years, fighting each other. And nobody even thought you could live outside.
Uncle Artyom, Uncle Tokarev has already set his shop up. Wanna go look? It's so cool. Here, Uncle Artyom.
Ah, hi, Artyom. See my new place? Fit for a king, I must say. What do you think of this workbench, eh? Everything is within reach, yet there's so much space left. Most of the stuff you and the guys found outside and gave to me went into making this workshop happen. So thank you. We'll have to keep pitching in like this too. Looks like we're facing a long journey, and useful things like ammo or equipment don't grow on trees. Plus, the further from Moscow we get, the harder they'll probably be to get. So don't forget to collect all the materials you find to keep us going. There's so many things to do. I haven't decided where I'm going to work on the suits, but I'll have to, and soon. And it's high time we fixed our uniforms. Some of our people are starting to look pretty ragged, you know? Duke's plate carrier won't hold the back plate anymore, and he jokes that he's lucky it's not the front one, or else his toes would be in danger. Regardless, I am turning this little gang back into a real army. Well, that's it. I bragged enough and won't waste any more of your time. The Colonel summoned you. Well, I have stuff to do too. You guys are fast to break gear, but none too expedient to fix it.
Uh-oh. Here, a color for just for you. And for Murphy's.
What would you like to ask, Nastya?
A smoke break. That's good.
Uncle Tokarev, do you have a sewing machine?
No.
Nastya's letter. Dear Daddy, write this so you know where to look for Mommy and me when you come back. Because Mom and I wanted to stay, but Silentius says we must go to the tower and leave this car and don't want to. Wanted to wait for you in the car, but Mommy said I can't. Silentius said you won't come back because you failed the test of fate. He's a stupid liar because he never needed any tests as their faith is dumb. I remember you said so. Mommy said nothing, but I know she's waiting for you too. Please come back soon and take us away from these fools. I love you very much.
But how are you going to fix the suits then?
Yeah, Murphy's missed the hot tub in the beginning of the stream today.
Artyom, come on in and have a seat. Stepan's putting on a live performance here.
So, Artyom, are you up for a jam? Come on, pick the guitar up.
Yeah, Murphy wouldn't be able to handle it. I was literally monkeying around.
Thank you, Stepan.
I'm sorry to ask, Katya, but Nastya's father, he's dead, isn't he? Does Nastya know?
He is. I tried keeping it a secret. Told her he left for the market. Around 3 days passed, and I still kept it in. I just sat there with a needle in my hand and didn't see anything. It was all black before my eyes. And then she snuggles up to me and says, "You should cry, Ma. You will feel better." Sienna used to say it. So I cried and cried. She knows. She knows it all.
I'm sorry, Katya. I'm so sorry.
Let me tell you how
An
we
hour
ended
and
up at the
37
bridge.
minutes.
We used to live in northeast from here. Quite close if you go in a straight line. But it took us a month. Everything's bombed to rubble out there. Yermak asked me and I told him. Sini used to say there were lots of military factories out there. Not just military, of course. General industry. And now you can't pass through there even with filters. The radiation is so high. No railway either.
Yep.
Just crater upon crater. We were quite far, but
For
our
one of the
counters
packages.
still went crazy. One route appeared intact. There was nothing to bomb. So we used that one, thinking we'd get further to the west, but
I have a second
but
package
of
too,
course
but it's
they did not
going
let
with a
us
different
cross the
company.
bridge with the diesel. They said it was satanic. They were ready to let us stay if we gave them the diesel to cleanse it. So we stayed.
Let's see.
And then we
Oh,
could
that
leave,
one is.
even if we wanted. That old goat, Father Silentius, brainwashed everyone, so they would just pray and bow nonstop. They broke our diesel down with their bare hands and threw it into the river. Purification. And on top of it, they gave us trouble for not helping them. Senia went to check what was going on, and there were only locals there, because Silentius at the Skatina had sent our people away to test them. He said that if they wanted to be truly accepted, they had to defeat a demon. Senia went to stop them. But it was too late. He only found burnt rags. And then they sent him to do the same. He never came back.
Katya, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Well, you really didn't. What's done is done. It kind of got so glum in here. Perhaps you, Stepan, could play us something.
Sure thing.
Stop it already!
Artyom, the colonel's waiting for you on the bridge.
So, what's up with your plate carrier? Tokarev was mad.
It's a long story.
Come on, out with it.
Well, there I am, sitting on a beam, looking at Artyom milling about below. Oh, you are so full of it. Artyom did most of the work. That he did, yeah, he did. But you don't have to interrupt my lies. You asked me about the Vest yourselves. All right, go on. So I see Artyom get to the door, and I think it's time I came down. So I do. But something just holds on to me. What does? How should I know? It's dark, nobody around. But I can't move. And those locals kept going on about Tsar something. So I thought I was in a kind of a bind. So I just unfastened the safety and let down. There was that shed down there. The roof was kind of close. And what about the Tsar?
Oh, blue, the Tsar was huge, scary as shit.
Good.
There was this rusty bolt, and my carrier got snagged on it. Well, you Duke are
Hey,
lucky
bunnies,
you
you're gonna be food.
That's hilarious. And what was next? Oh, next. Next we jumped that old preacher of yours. Well, Artyom did most of it. He swooped in like a hawk. Yeah, he's good.
Listen,
Well, I was clamoring about
I had a talk with the Ark. All thanks to Tokarev. He got the decoder working.
killing myself.
Ark, come in. Come in, Ark. Over. This is Ark? Identify yourself. Over. This is Colonel Sviatoslav Melnikov speaking. I'm in command of a special operations force. We have received your signal and are currently heading your way. Do you copy? Over. Yes, yes. Hear you loud and clear. Who am I talking to? How do I address you? Deputy Chief of Communications Department, Major Ivanov. A moment. Oh, yes, Major. I understand that the checkup is in order. Great, Colonel. Melnikov? Simply capital. I am sorry for the lack of trust, but as you know, the situation is dire and the enemy is always ready to strike. I do understand, Major, and I hope that you can tell the leadership that my people are true to their duty and will be at their full disposal as soon as we arrive. Over. Thank you for the great news. How large is your force, Colonel? I have a squad of the best operatives the Special Forces have to offer. A squad? I see. Well, this is great. Great! Yes, we aren't a large force, but we bring a message of extreme importance. We are heading towards you from Sector K6 Alpha. Do you have any data on enemy forces we might encounter on the way? Over. In just a moment, I have to check. K6 Alpha, you say? As far as I can see, there have been no enemy encounters reported in the area, Colonel. I regret. I must end our conversation here, but know that we are waiting for your arrival. I am making my report immediately, and I am sure the Minister of Defense will be eager to see you. This is a great honor. Thank you. Just a few words more, though. What is the general situation there, Major? Please. Colonel, sir, you do understand this is classified information. But I do understand you. We are doing fine. Do not worry. Well, see you in the Ark. Over and out. I serve the people. Over and out.
So, do you get this now, you doubting Thomas? I'm so excited my hands are still shaking.
Still doubting it, yes.
The minister himself! This is incredible! By the way, Artyom, you should take a look at the map.
I should.
As you can see, we're heading almost straight for the Yamantau complex. Katya and Chris tell me that the line there is in decent condition. Surprising, really, taking into account the number of priority targets there.
Time for Mad Max.
So we can hope for smooth sailing from here, and right to the very destination. It's not even that far, but our speed depends on the state of the track. So I think it's going to take us quite some time to get there. So, Yermak, where were we?
You were saying, it's all about results.
Ah, yes. These soft-bellied attitudes must stop. The ends, too, justify the means.
Well, I don't object. But not all ends can be called just.
Exactly. And this is why I have been waiting for a chance like this for ages. And now everything seems to be coming together. It's the government. Don't you understand?
Oh, but of course.
You don't seem to quite grasp the importance, which is unexpected, especially after the news you just...
We are approaching the Yamantau bunker, the final destination of our long journey. Direct radio contact with the bunker has completely dissolved Miller's resentment towards me for destroying our previous lives. He is eagerly anticipating the meeting with the Minister of Defense he was promised. Probably such things are important for a career officer. The people, though, are less interested. They are asking important questions. Where are the occupying forces? Why is there just wilderness and people gone wild around? What's stopping the government from restoring the country? What was being done in the last 20 years? Miller believes that we'll get all the answers. He will be pardoned, as well as Anna and I. And we will all return home to the metro.
Mm-hmm.
Railcar, what's going on ahead? Over.
Everything's abandoned, but the truck is okay. Over.
Roger that. Don't go too fast, and watch out for radiation. Over.
Roger that.
I still can't believe this. We're there. You get this. We're finally there. This has been our goal, not for weeks or months, but for 20 years. My whole life. And it was not spent in vain. Now I know it for a fact.
Mama, look. Are we going to live here now?
I don't know. Why?
I don't like this place. It's creepy.
Shh. Don't say that.
All right, Colonel. It's getting really hot out here.
Everyone, masks on. Passengers, get inside and button up tight.
Yes, of course. Come on, Nastya.
Change of plans. We're taking the rail car from here. Wait for Artyom and me.
Roger that,
How
sir.
about me? You've been dreaming to get here for so long, and are now leaving me behind? Am I your daughter or not?
All right, come with us. Or else I'll never hear the end of it.
A wise decision.
Yermak, stop the engine. Take the Aurora back to the safe zone and sit tight there.
We'll do that right now.
Stepan, you're in charge. Sir, yes, sir. Great. Let's go. Counted this place. Worse than Moscow. Yeah, looks like it. See that crater? Wonder what the yield was on that one. Looks like 100 to me. What? Your guys used to have 3 and 500 ones too. Well, even 100 seems to have done okay.
Colonel, Yermak here. We're in the safe zone. Radiation nominal. Waiting for your return. Over.
Good. Miller, over and out.
Look at all those cars. Artyom was right. People were coming here from all over the country.
Yes, they were. Nobody came from Moscow, though. Until now.
So much time wasted.
We'll make up for that now. Well, we're almost there.
Oh, no, this is a bad place. Now, we shouldn't have come here. Really? committee and red carpet. I don't get this. Oh, see? Nobody home. How about we go back, huh? Поехали.
Look!
Identify yourself.
Colonel Miller, here to report to the Minister of Defense.
And where are your people, Colonel?
With the train.
It's dangerous outside. Contact them and tell them to take the train into the main airlock for decontamination. Welcome to the Ark, Colonel. Proceed through the tunnel and take the elevator. You'll be met inside.
This place, well, this is completely creeping me out.
Why is it so deserted here? No gun placements, no patrols, not even lookouts.
Why would they need any of that? A nuclear warhead couldn't take it out.
Air's clean. We can take the masks off. This place smells. What are the maintenance people thinking, I wonder?
Yeah, this place could use some cleaning at the very least. Sam, idiot, you know what? There's no need for us all to crowd the government, so you two better stay with Crest.
Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
Hello. I want to order a pizza to elevator.
Did you at least prepare a speech? Reporting to the minister is no joke.
Ah, get off my case. I pulled an all-nighter.
Don't you feel like you should say something to Artyom now?
Yes, you were right, Artyom. And I was wrong. Thanks for not giving up. Here goes nothing! Comrade Minister, Commander of the Joint Special Operations Forces, Squadron of the City of Moscow, Colonel Miller, reporting. I would like to request that my people are provided with temporary quarters and supplies, as there are women and children among us. Still, our fighters are in top shape and ready for action.
Women and children? Good. Haven't had those in a while.
Who are you?
And guess what these guys are coloring? If you got the meaning what he said, we haven't had women and children for a long time.
Where are the others?
Everything is going as planned. Everyone is fine. So far.
So far? I demand a meeting with the Minister of Defense now!
That sentence explains what it's all about when he says
and
that.
even better, the Minister and the Chief himself are expecting you for dinner.
And that sentence.
Dinner? What the hell? Are you fucking mocking me?
Shut up! The doctor is talking.
Where is the government answer?
All here, Colonel. All here. We are the government you people deserve.
Don't you dare, you fuck! You're just fucking cannibals!
Exactly. Right on spot there what he
Calm
said.
down. You'll get jaundice like this. And believe me, nobody likes that bitter taste. The girl will have to wait, though. We must run the tests first. I don't like that cough of hers.
Untie my hands, you motherfucker, and I'll shove those tests so far up your ass, you'll be spitting
Watch
them.
your tone, young lady. Do as that young man does. He woke up long ago, but quietly listens to wise people talk.
You fucker! Let me go!
Not a single!
So, Colonel, now you will pick up the radio and tell the rest of your people on the train to come here. If you don't want her to suffer for a really long time before she is served. Do you understand? And here I was hoping for an intelligent conversation for a change. Alas. That's not a problem, though, since this nice young man will surely do it instead. He won't dare be contradictory once we're done with you. Well, nice meeting you and all. Yakov, you may start.
I'll get you even after I'm dead.
That may well happen, Colonel. I could choke on you or something. In the meantime, I'll excuse myself.
Come here! I'll rip you all apart! Every last one of you should have done that before the war! But I'll get you now! Burn this stuff to ashes! So not even the dirty holes remain!
Now we'll be full again. Good.
Artyom. Here. Colonel, sir. I think that's enough.
But it is not. We have to get them. But first, we must find Anna.
I'm sorry. I went too far with that elevator.
To hell with it! Maybe start the main elevator up.
Daddy! The elevator on the move!
We give them cover! Yes, sir! Well done! We can hold out for that long! I got a treat for you here, you damn! Motherfucker!
Just like our old D6.
Even the lift is the same, exactly.
True, and quite fortunate. This way, we can hope to find Anna. Still, the complex is huge, and we have 10 minutes at the most. So, we'll have to split up. Sam, you check the filter room, the generator hall, and the storage. Idiot, you come with me to the command center. Artyom, you take the barracks and the sick bay. Let's go! They're gonna eat you now! You're floored! Come on, Artyom!
Dear page 1, I just lucked out. Missing the construction milestone was the best thing ever, after all. I think I was so upset about that stupid bonus. What does a pile of ash need bonus for? Now we have it made. The government didn't even arrive after all, so all the complex is ours with all of its stores. The bunker was supposed to save a whole town. There's just a couple of thousand of us. The only problem is in the babe department, but we'll just have to wait until radiation dissipated and calmly walk down the mountain, or rather, crawl up from under it. Some fucking luck, the government didn't arrive for a reason after all. The thing is, somebody did a better number on food reserve budget than on the construction one. Did manage to build the thing, even if late, but the stores are empty. Sure thing, all the quartermasters are crooks and they had it coming. But the bastards were telling the truth after all. The shelves are empty. Well, there are some seeds and pasta, but that shit won't last us even a year. How much head do you want to have today? I want half a kilo. Calming horses. Looting.
It hurts! Blood!
What? How in the heck did he die there? I shot him right in the head. Okay, that was weird. Oh crap, I have to do all of this again. I still don't understand how I didn't kill that guy there.
It hurts! Flood!
Storing food everywhere. like, yes, expanded the skin of some person there. Floating pen. Page 2. Everyone just sits still. The stomach doesn't even bother me anymore. Good thing I didn't listen to the fools about drinking a lot. Will last at least a week more. Joint swollen, hard to write. I don't think I can write about this, but I must. We made soup a week ago. 5 eaters in the barrack keeled over it once. We gobbled it up and burst a gut. I couldn't touch it for a day. And I tasted a bit at night and hurled immediately. But in the morning, it tasted like chicken. At least I can write again. But I was a goner for sure.
did you shoot there? What the fuck? But there was meat, you see.
1 hour now.
We can get to the other one too. This is good meat. Well. I want meat now.
I pressed 2 to switch to this one, but it never switched, so I was like, okay. Bit of a snack here. What do you want, Gloria? You want a leg to bone to chew on? You want a head? Want some? I don't know what that is. Some intestines. I'm just snack on.
Meat have arrived. Now I know it. Food is here. Meat. Yeah!
Let's see. Okay, put a head in a jar and one not in the jar. Oh boy. A Caloria. You really like her, huh? And works so well with the night vision scope.
The command center is ours. Rally here if comms fail, idiot. Figure out
I was saying that the night vision scope was bad for it. I think I'm gonna put on the other one. I was not good at that point though. That was my thing because it have this one on right now. Not dark enough. They're at page 3. Fucking let them in. Fuck the radiation. It's been over a year. They are outsiders. Don't even need a share. Let them draw lots or whatever. The point is we'll have food for months now. Hurt all over. Fever. Thoughts tingling. Doc said shit about some prevents or something the outsider had and the fucks. Rosa said them fucks better. Too late now. Fuck. Mama, me. him running up quick. Come on.
And that means you're shit out of luck, eh? Why are you hiding? Afraid of me? Good thinking.
Okay. Crazy cannibals. That guy was. Where did he shoot from? Looking up there. Okay. Here is an arm. Guess the reason he took off the head here, huh? Just a second. Okay, let's see. Officer's Diary 1. Been a month already since we became rats in a hole here. And what do we have to show for that? We don't even know if anyone's still alive out there. All antennas were destroyed and radiation levels are so high there's no way to fix them. So, even if the antennas were okay, would anyone have any reason to contact us? The bigwigs never arrived after all. Looks like the construction workers are right, though. We had better get ourselves comfortable here, as we are in for a long run. Procedures with that council of theirs. I would forgive the workers if they came up with bullshit like that, but why would the officers want to play those games? Just to be able to push the blame onto the government decree when they cut the rations again. How is that supposed to help if there's simply no food reserves no matter what? Lunacy. The doctor is right. We, the radio technicians, are here for a reason. We will not just save our comrades, we will also help thousands of survivors outside. The only thing we need to do is fix the antennas, let the real government know we are alive, they will send us food shipments, and then the ARC project will provide a shelter from radiation for all survivors. What could be more important now? Yeah. How did that work out? Everybody became cannibals instead. Just a second. Do 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 do. Got one uniform just laying there. So nicely folded.
Artyom, I knew! Behind you!
There is always one like you, a hero. You're not saving anyone, just like the others. So just
freeze.
Yes.
Let him
just
go.
Don't kill me.
Now.
Remember what I told you. There was an
Enough chatter.
That kind of woman.
Are you all right, Artyom? Thank God.
No foreplay. Just right on to it.
Let's report to the colonel. Dad, it's me. In the sick bay, Artyom found me.
There's an elevator straight down the corridor. It goes right to the command center.
Let's go. Not too fast, though. I need to catch my breath a bit.
Officer's diary 2. Nothing can be done. They have 5 days at most. At least Doc says he can at least give them something for the pain. Who could have known they would go up there to fix the antennas? Boys, should have told me. Should have at least worn the suits. It's up! He has sent the first message. Made it. The boys are still alive. Yosha even smiled when I told him. At least now they will know they didn't die in vain. So I get the radio online and they remove me immediately. I can't even get any news. They say it's all secret. Put guards at the door too, the bastards. And they struck me from the special rations distribution list. Way to reward honest effort. It's terrible. How did the others survive all this time? It's only been 2 weeks and already I can't think of anything but food. The others have been getting the same ration for months. 2 more weeks. The legs are getting swollen. The workers told me I drink too much. I have no energy to move. Even writing feels hard work now. Apathy. At least the hunger's a bit blunted now. They're here. They heard us and came. Yes, they are just refugees, but they're here. Soon we get the supplies. It's not too late yet. Everything will be fine now. Of course, the refugees are quarantined for now, but soon I'll be able to ask me about everything. I heard the quarantine will last longer than we thought. They brought some bug with them. They also brought rations though. And giving meat broth for now. We couldn't stomach anything heavy anyways. What a great feeling though. Whole body feels warm and the taste unforgettable. I don't get this. A second group of refugees, but they also brought supplies, but it's just meat, no grains or anything. And they all quarantined too. But the last group has been there for over a month now. You haven't been told a thing about the situation in the country or the government. Why? Must have a frank conversation with Doc. He'll oblige with for the old friendship's sake. Yeah, sure he would.
This whole situation, though. I thought we wouldn't see anything worse than that cult on the Volga. And that Silentius with his damn fanatics.
Press a button, my dear.
But no, it appears there was still space for growth. We could have gotten killed there. We almost got eaten here. That bastard. Unbelievable. To think he used to be a doctor. Don't matter. We'll see what happens now. We did survive him, after all.
I wouldn't ever forgive myself.
The heck is with this weird smoke effect?
Who could have known? Who knew these creatures here kept eating people for 20 years? Could you imagine that? I'm sorry. I got carried away like a greenhorn recruit. The minister was going to see you. I even saluted those ghouls. So fucking ark. These monsters have it made here, like the Watchers in Moscow. Those keep people on the ground with their deceit. These.
All right, but what do we do
I'll
now?
be damned if I know, Anna. No idea. Have you found anything, idiot?
At defense sites, HQs, all the information is outdated. All links are long gone. Still, the ones that light up worked for at least a few years after the war.
What's down there?
It's Caspian 1, a comm center. There's one more just like that in Novosibirsk.
Are you going to drag us to some other bunker
I
now?
don't know, Anna. We have to make the decision together. Did you get everything you could, idiot? We're leaving.
One moment, I'll finish breaking everything here.
Come on, come on!
Okay, all done. I don't think you should have put it like that, Anna. It all worked out this time, didn't it?
It worked out. It really did. My concern is what if next time it doesn't?
Of course. But do you intend to live forever?
Of course not. All the more reason to strive and spend more time with what is allotted to me. With that guy over there. I've grown attached to him.
That I understand.
This smoke is annoying me. It looks so bad. Officer's Diary number 3 then. Unbelievable, hideous, inconceivable monsters. So this is why nobody's been released from their quarantine. The fucker has a goal to offer me, an officer, to join the ranks again? So first they throw me out and know they want me back? And you're not afraid, not in the slightest. This means everything's over up there. I don't even need to check the radio. There's no government, no law, no country. Still, does that give them the right to butcher and eat people? It didn't take much for them to become ghouls. Well, just you wait, I'll teach you fear again. Still on my gun, luckily. Just you wait, I'll show you how the solution to the supplies problem, you hellspawn. Okay, let me get some more coffee. Let me move on. Right back. Oh, I'm gonna get the cookies too. Oh no, Gloria has cookies too. Move!
Get in, everybody!
Enough, get in! Just wanted to finish the belt so I didn't have to carry it back.
All these bullets. Do you have any cookies, Gloria, or was it out already?
Oh, to think I believed those pricks from Hansa. I believed that Moscow was controlled by the HQ, that we were under occupation, that we were still in war, that there were generals here giving orders. What an idiot, suka!
Oh, we've had a problem. Just eat.
I will repeat my question. What do we do now?
Could we go back to Moscow? Tell them the truth about the war. The government.
They'll shoot us on approach.
Or like a,
Even if we
I don't know, what's it called in English?
What can we do
Nazarene?
against Hansa? Who'd believe us with no proof?
What about going back to Volga? We could live there.
What do we do about the locals? They weren't exactly happy to see us there. Do we kill them all? Is anybody here up for that?
Back in Moscow, Artyom had been dreaming of finding a habitable place and building a colony there. Isn't it time we got to it?
Let's see if I
The idea
can
is good.
translate it.
But how do we find the place?
Maybe it's the
Just
same
keep
name.
traveling? The Aurora needs an overhaul. What do we do if it breaks down?
Translate.
Satellites!
What satellites? You want to leave the fucking planet?
There's a satellite communication center on the Caspian Sea. It
the same.
survived the war.
Oh. And if we gave access to the data collected by the satellites...
We won't have to travel around and leave. Radiation level maps, even your regular satellite
your
photos
language.
would really help us out here.
That's an idea.
What if there is something worse than cannibals there?
Could well be.
Translation.
But first, we're going to be really careful this time. And second, does anyone have any better ideas?
I don't.
Well, I guess we've got ourselves a new plan.
Artyom, shall we look for that place you wanted? Sound the horn then.
Oh, that's what Google Translate